Hello everyone, I am Asmita Chand. I am from JK College Geology Department 6th Sem. Today we are going to discuss about shallow marine environment. Here is the content. At first introduction and then terragenous shallow marine environment, shallow marine carbonate environment, sediment type, water composition, organisms, sedimentary structures, fossils, etc. Let's start with the introduction. So what is mean by shallow marine environment? Shallow marine environment refers to the area between the shore and the deeper water, and that is up to a depth of 200 meter into the ocean. It is also called continental shelf environment, that is in the photic zone. So the main source of the shallow marine environment of the sediments are the continents, which are transported by various river systems, and that's why the shallow marine environment is classified in two subdivisions. One is terragenous shallow marine environment and the other is carbonate shallow marine environment. Now, terragenous shallow marine environment. It is also known as clastic shallow marine environment or sandy shallow marine environment. Now, what is the accommodation space of shallow marine environment? One is continental shelf and the other is epicontinental sea or apiaric sea. That means all those water bodies which are surrounded by land masses and are connected to the main ocean by a strait. Now what is strait? Strait is a narrow strip of water connecting another water bodies. Then the next is carbonate shallow marine environment. Here the carbonate sediment is transported both shoreward and basinward. The continental conditions which control the carbonate facies are depth, salinity, temperature, oxygenation, faunal succession, currents or shorting, etc. The character of carbonate sediment is determined by the type of organisms present and energy from waves and tidal currents. The next thing is sediment type. The sediment is often composed of limestone. Shallow marine sediments is made up of larger grain size, mainly composed of sand to granule size, because small grains are washed out to deep water. Within sedimentary rocks composed of carbonaceous sediments, there may also be evaporite minerals such as gypsum, anhydrite, halite. Then water composition. In carbonate factory zones, processes that remove the carbon dioxide from water to cause the bicarbonate ions to change into carbonate ions. Carbon dioxide is removed from the atmosphere by being dissolved in water and turned into carbonic acid. Now, what are the processes in shallow marine environment? The main processes in clastic shallow marine environment are tides, waves, storm and ocean current. These processes transport the sediment which are already transported by various river systems from the continental part of the continental shelf, and they also rework the sediment into the previously deposited continental part. Now, some types of sedimentary structures are formed in the shallow marine environment by these agents, such as graded bedding, ripples, hammocky cross stratifications, dunes, flame structures, etc. Now, there is a very important structure is hammocky cross stratification. It is typically characterized by storm-generated wave-based structure, and all those depositions of sands which shows this stratification, that is known as tempestite bed. Hammocks are the round shape convex up feature and swale is concave upward feature in this picture. Now, the ripple lamination and horizontal lamination are characterized by wave. Now, the other thing is tide affect the wave and storm deposits. Generally, velocity of tide varies between 50 to 150 meter per second. So, if the velocity is very close to 50 meter per second, then the ripple and horizontal lamination formed. If velocity is 50 to 100 meter per second, in that situation, sand waves or dunes are formed, and the migration of these sand dunes form the large-scale cross-stratification. If velocity is 100 to 150 meter per second, then the sand ribbons are formed. If the supply of sediments became very high, then it formed sand ridges. Then the other agent is oceanic current. So oceanic current rework in the sediments. Which sediments are not in hydrodynamic conditions are known as relict sediments. The next thing is organisms. Some organisms in this environment, especially those in the intertidal zone, are starfish, sponges, marine worms, hydrozoa, some species of isopods and amphipods are found. Carbonate reefs are found in the shallow marine deposition environment. Now here is the picture of starfish and the variety of algae under shallow marine water. Next thing is fossil record. The vast majority of fossil record has been found after the shallow marine environment has been lithified. Trace fossils like Scolithos ichnofacies, Glossophangites ichnofacies are created vertical, cylindrical or U-shaped burrows for protection. Stromatolites that are laminated sedimentary structures are formed as fossils in this environment. So this is a short description of shallow marine environment. Thank you for watching this video.